What document do you need for CAC registration? This is a question you're asking yourself because you are ready to get that business incorporated and register with the Corporate Affairs Commission in Nigeria. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the different documents that you need to put together in order to be able to register your business in Nigeria. So do well to follow this video, follow us on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram account and TikTok account, and do well to give this video a thumbs up. Without any further ado, let's go into the video straight. So the first document that you need to carry out a registration with the Corporate Affairs Commission in Nigeria is number one, you need an ID card. Your means of education is split into 4 different categories, depending on the one you have. The NIN. NIN is giving more preference, right? So you must make sure at least you have the NIN. If you don't have the NIN, you can use your international passport as a means of identification. That's also acceptable. Then your PVC, which is your permanent voters card. So if you have a permanent voters card, that's also acceptable. And finally, your driver's license. These are the 4 documents that are acceptable as means of identification when carrying out your business registration with CAC. Now, what's the next document you need? Secondly, you need a signature. Most people, if you are, for instance, if you bring the job for us to do in our company to help you register your business, what we do is that we'll ask you to sign on a plain paper and forward it to us. That way, we can work on it and then use it for the registration, because ultimately the signature will be uploaded to the CAC and then they can put it on the document of the registration by themselves, not by the person you are sending the job to carry out. So you need to get your signature ready. So don't forget the first one, your means of identification. Secondly, your signature, and also you need to get your full name arrangement right. This is very crucial and can't be overemphasized. A lot of people have done their registration and they have mixed up of names. On their BVN it's a different name, on their NIN it's a different name, on their CAC registration it's a different name. By the time they are trying to open a bank account, it becomes more complicated. So you must make sure that the details you have on all these 3 different platforms I mentioned stay consistently. One of the mistakes a lot of people make is that sometimes they would use their surname as their first name, their first name as their last name as their middle name. At the end of the day, it mixes and everything gets destabilized at the end of the day because the name arrangement changes. It might be the same person, but once the name arrangement changes, then it affects the whole process. So what you need to do is make sure that your name stay consistent all across board, all across your NIN, your BVN, and your CAC registration, it stays consistent. If you have made that mistake, you can reach out to us to help you carry out the correction, because it is possible. Now, the next thing you need, apart from your means of identification, your signature, your proper name arrangement, is that for a business name, you need your passport photograph. Your passport photograph has to be as clear and crisp as possible. You must make sure that your passport photograph is clear. The reason is because if you are doing a business name registration, the AI portal will reject your document, will reject your application. Immediately it finds out that your image on the NIN, which is your means of identification, is different or is not as clear or is not as obvious as your passport that you have uploaded. So you must make sure that you have a consistency all across board with your physical image. So most of the means of identification we are going to be supplying would have your passport. So that passport will be the same person that you're uploading their passport as well. So that is another detail that you need. The next thing you want to do is that before you even start your registration, you also need to make sure that you know the exact name that you need for the registration. You don't just get on the process of registering and you don't already have a name in mind. The reason is because there are times that CAC would not give you a name, especially if the name is in conflict with other names. So you must have at least 2 to 3 name options when you are about to start your registration process. So once you have that sorted, then it gives you a kind of peace of mind in case if the first one is not available, the second one will be available. If the second one is not available, the third one might be available, and you can do a lot of tweaking to make sure the name comes through. Right? So you must make sure you work on your name and make sure you have the proper name and written name. Finally, or maybe second to the last now, you must make sure you register in the proper category. That's one of the details you need. You must make sure you're able to pick the right category when carrying out your registration. Picking the right category could mean that there are some specific categories that must be registered as a company and cannot be registered as a business name. Let me give you an instance. A school cannot be registered as a business name. It has to be registered as a company. Hospitality business cannot be registered as a business, but must be registered as a company. In fact, hospitality now has a minimum share capital far beyond 1 million, which is about 20 million or 30 million or so. So when you reach out to us, we would give you details on the exact minimum share capital for the company, depending on the standard requirement from the Corporate Affairs Commission and the Nigerian government. So what are you waiting for? If you want to get your business registered, right, do well to reach out to us so that I'll give you all the necessary details you need. My name is Akimbola Ezekiel. My WhatsApp number will be in the description below. Do well to click on it so that you can reach out to us on DM, and then we can continue the conversation. Do well to give this video a thumbs up as well as to this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.